What do you want to start with? I mean, we start with natural gas, Gazprom, oil prices, Iraq, Iran, OPEC plus. What goes into it? All these things?
There's a lot to cover these days, a lot of volatility in the market in both gas and oil. A lot more in gas than oil per se. Let's start off with the Gazprom shutdown in Europe. As you mentioned, that Europe is better prepared. They did fill up their reserves, which is giving them a bit of a cushion, which they didn't have before. And that's the reason we saw gas prices drop down a little bit from their previous levels. There was also news that the EU is also reforming their electricity prices. But again, I mean, that's something that's going to take a long time. But for this winter, I would say that Europe is doing its best to meet demand. I think they're trying to cushion consumers to the largest extent from the higher oil prices. Russia said that this maintenance is going to last 3 days. Russian officials have blamed the sanctions really on the cuts that have happened more than the official reason of maintenance. So let's just wait and see. On the oil front, yeah, you mentioned a number of factors here. I mean, we're seeing oil again trading at 97 or a little bit under $97 today. We keep getting these inflows of news that Iranian barrels are coming. The deal between the U.S. and Iran is imminent. Personally, I think it's still facing a lot of challenges here. I'll believe it when I see it. But for now, I wouldn't count on these Iranian barrels easing any of the perceived market tightness. And you have an OPEC Plus meeting. It's the next ministerial is happening on the 5th of September. We understand that all options are on the table. I know that Prince Abdulaziz had previously mentioned the cuts which they had implemented in 2020 and 2021. But this doesn't necessarily mean that the group is going to be discussing a cut. He didn't mention that a cut will be discussed at this upcoming meeting. So we just have to wait and see what their new policy is going to be for the months to come.
We heard maybe there could be cuts. Is it possible there could be an increase? Is anything on that? You said anything is on the table. So it runs the entire gamut?
Well, yeah, everything is on the table. Anything is possible at this point in time. They really want, I mean, their main mission right now and the concern of many of the OPEC Plus states, as you saw from official statements that came in last week, there's a huge concern about the volatility. They basically don't want this market to be swayed in the overly bullish or overly bearish direction. They're going to want to control this market and avoid these movements that really harm the energy industry at large. Because when you have these huge swings between going up and down, traders can't hedge, and this impacts the ability of investors to put their money into the upstream sector and make sure that we have energy security in the future.